Friday and what matters most with our life coach Dieter Powles, and today we're discussing a book that will actually carry us into some other segments. It's called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel and Gail Ruiz. The book was first published in 1997 and has sold millions of copies. It's about finding, I guess, inner peace by tapping into your own integrity and then breaking yourself away from other people's problems, right?
That's correct.
Easier said than done.
I think with a name like Don Miguel Ruiz, you can pretty much write anything you want, right?
There you go,
it's all
yeah.
going to be nice.
But this book has been around for a while, and I know it's been really, really popular. And the first agreement is to have integrity and to be careful with your words.
To be impeccable with your word. And impeccable comes from the Latin root peccatus, which means sin. So it is without sin. So don't use words that actually go against your own level of integrity, your own level of self-worth, whether it is inner dialogue, words you use within yourself, or the words you use to, communicate with other people. Because the words are so important.
Right, and words can hurt you. You know, as children, at least in the United States, there was always, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. But words really do hurt.
Whether you speak, English or Spanish or Swahili or Flemish, it doesn't matter. The language is the language. It is the words we use. So the question is, are we using words that are positive, or do we use words that are against ourselves or against other people by using blame, judgment? It's like what they call in the book black magic, like poison.
Okay.
When you speak bad about other people, when you gossip about other people, you're using black magic on them.
Very toxic.
Very toxic, yeah.
Yeah. When we look at someone in history who used some great nonviolence messages and chose his words very carefully and made a powerful impact, you only need to look at Martin Luther King. I mean, look what he did with his words.
Again, you can choose. You can use white magic like Martin Luther King, or you can use black magic like Hitler. Same words, right? So be careful about the words that you use. Be impeccable with your word. So I think people should reflect throughout the day and say, hey, how am I using my words? Am I judging? Am I blaming? Am I gossiping? Am I entertaining that idea? Because once we play the game like everybody else does, we become part of this cycle. So in order to become impeccable with your word, we have to break the cycle of gossip and blame and judgment.
Yeah, gossip is a big one, isn't it? Especially in a workplace.
It's the worst. You go to the kitchen and they're all
Yeah.
So now that we said this, people should stop talking, gossiping in the kitchen area.
Total silence.
Yeah, get your coffee.
But ultimately the book is about sort of claiming your own integrity, and then you will not have to deal with other people's problems or take them on yourself because you'll feel so good about and centered about who you are.
This
right?
is about personal freedom. It's a little gem, this book. It's difficult to implement, but it's a gem. So if you think about all the opinions, the things that people have told us growing up, your parents, your caregivers, we listen to all these opinions, and the moment we agree with these opinions, they become beliefs. And we start reacting these beliefs in our lives.
And it's so true. I mean, you only need to look at little kids when you say some things to them just offhandedly, or when you're a bad boy. Sometimes they would hear that, so you'd say, you're a good boy, but you did a bad thing. It's different than internalizing that I'm a bad person. It can happen so easily, so early in life.
I was working with a woman yesterday in her mid-30s. And she was still holding on. She still was agreeing at a certain level to stuff her mother told her when she was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Horrible stuff. And here she is, this mature woman, still holding on, still agreeing to some of these opinions from early childhood. This book will set you free. And this is only the first agreement. We're going to be talking about the other agreements the next couple of weeks.
Okay, and the next one is, which one are we talking about next?
Don't take it personal. Don't take anything personal.
Really?
But it starts with your word. Be impeccable with your word. So let's start with this week. And next week we can go to the next agreement.
Okay, and the 4 agreements. And next week we'll talk about, don't take it personally, right?
No.
All right. Next Friday, Dieter will be here, and you can go to kplr11.com and find out more about Dieter, as well as this book, The 4 Agreements. And still ahead at noon Central.